Usually on race day after the race is over, I usually expect nothing else to happen in the NASCAR world. The one other time that something happened on race day, the night of race day, after race day, I should say, was last year about this time when Denny Hamlin got his win taken away at Pocono. But it's not that. Martin Truex Jr. gets to keep his win at New Hampshire. But no, this is more news from Australia. Of course, a few weeks ago, we had three-time Supercars champ Shane van Gisbergen join the Cup Series for a single race. He won that single race and now is getting offers from NASCAR, or he wants to join NASCAR in 2024. Well, we have another Supercars driver joining the NASCAR Cup Series field in August at the Indianapolis Road Course. Brody Kostecki, I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce that, so please correct me whatever way I'm saying it. I'm going to pick one way. I'm going to go with Kostecki or Kostecki. I really don't know which one I'm going to choose, but if I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments and I will correct it like I did with SVG's name. But yes, we're going to have another Australian Supercars driver in the field in the NASCAR Cup Series. This time not with the Project 91 entry at Trackhouse, but with the Richard Childress Racing entry. Richard Childress Racing is a two-car team in the NASCAR Cup Series. Used to be a four-car team, three-car team. But the 33 used to be one of their numbers, and they are going to bring that number back for the Indianapolis Road Course. We've seen some drivers make select starts in that car. I think last year, Austin Hill, who is a Richard Childress Racing Xfinity driver, he made a couple of starts in the Cup Series in the 33 car, but this is the first time I've seen RCR really do the international thing, I feel like, unless I'm forgetting about something, but it's going to be an international, just like the Chicago Street Race. We had Jenson Button and SVG. The Indianapolis Road Course, we're going to have Brodie Kostecki, and we're going to have Kamui Kobayashi in the 2311 car. But let's look at the actual words that were said by Brody. Excited to be announcing my NASCAR Cup debut at Indy on August 13th. Thanks to Richard and everyone at RCR Racing for giving me a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Then there's a couple of pictures of the paint scheme he's going to be running. Not familiar with the sponsor, but a nice looking car. Simple, nothing too crazy. Like the colors. It's kind of the colors of my channel because they were based off Monster Energy. But, you know, because when it was the Monster Energy Cup Series. But, yes, another Supercars driver, of course, SVG New Zealand. Brody Kostecki is from Australia into the Cup Series. SVG was a three-time Supercars champion. Had 80 career race wins in Supercars. Kostecki, according to my research, he only has a couple of wins, but he currently sits second in the Supercars championship behind Will Brown. And I think his teammate is the one beating him, according to this. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, but that is what the standing says on the Supercars website. But yes, we're going to have another Supercars driver in the NASCAR Cup Series. How is he going to do? We obviously saw SVG go out and win in debut at the Chicago Street Course. And I talked about this the other day when we talked about SVG and him potentially joining the Cup Series full time. The Chicago Street Course, he had a fantastic drive. You cannot deny that he had a terrific drive. He deserved that win. He was fast all weekend long. But at the same time, and once again, this is not a knock, but NASCAR has never done a street course before. They have very little rain experience, so that really played to SVG's advantage, which, you know, as I said, plays to his talent. It shows his talent, how good he is. But the Indianapolis Road Course has been on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule for, I think this is year 4 of the Indianapolis Road Course. So drivers are a little bit more familiar with this track. They're a little bit more familiar with the racing. So they might have a little bit more of an advantage than they did compared to SVG at Chicago. And then you got to look at the car he's in. RCR is a competitive team, but they're in a scenario, I would call it. One of their cars is occupied by a Hall of Famer, first ballot Hall of Famer Kyle Busch. He hasn't been inducted yet, but he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Over 200 career wins across all three NASCAR National Series. Over 60 career Cup wins. He has 3 wins this season alone, which is tied for second most in the series. I think he's top 5 in the points right now, top 10, if not top 5. He's won in everything he's been in NASCAR. As I said, he's a future Hall of Famer, and it's his first year with Richard Childress Racing, and he has 3 wins. So, that side of things, it has been great for Richard Childress Racing. Then we look at the 3 car. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Austin Dillon is in the 3 car, and Austin Dillon, he has 4 Cup wins in his career, his entire Cup Series career, but he does have an Xfinity Series championship and a Truck Series championship, so, it's not like he's a complete fraud or anything, but his granddad does own the team, so he gets a lot of crap for that, and compared to his teammate, it is a big difference. Let me show you the stats. Austin Dillon, in 20 starts this season, has 1 top 5 and 5 top 10s and has led for a grand total of 15 laps. Kyle Busch has 7 top 5s, 12 top 10s, and has led 226 laps along with the 3 wins. It's quite the big difference. So RCR is pretty competitive, I would say. As I said, Kyle Busch is winning, and it's no fluke. We saw that same team with a different driver, Tyler Reddick, last year win 3 races. So they're not frauds. They're not a joke. It's not like it's a fluke that Kyle Busch has won a bunch of races. RCR is competitive. It's just you don't really know what you're going to get because you got Kyle Busch and then you got Austin Dillon. So it's not a bunch of disrespect towards Austin Dillon. He's won Cup races. He's a NASCAR champion. He's won the Xfinity and Truck Series championships. It's just, compared to how his teammates doing, it's a very big difference. Kyle Busch has more top 5s than Dillon has top 10s. But I think it's a competitive car. I think they've struggled a bit on the road courses and short tracks. So from that aspect, if you're a Brody Kostecki fan, then you might be a little bit concerned, but it's just for fun. We don't know if he's going to win a debut like SVG did. We don't know if he's going to go out and be super competitive. But, with all the international drivers that we've seen in NASCAR over the past couple of years with Project 91 and whatnot, I think just looking at all the results, you had Kimi Räikkönen, former F1 driver, and he had his flashes. He was in the top 10 at Watkins Glen for a bit before getting crashed out. Coda was a little bit more difficult for him. But then we look at SVG, who won the freaking race. And you look at other drivers, Jenson Button, he's done all right. Top 20s, I think, in both of his races, respectable. And so this is you got a wide range here. But I think realistically, Kostecki could very well get a top 10. I think it's very possible for him to get a top 10. RCR is a top-tier team right now. They're winning races, as I said. I think it's very possible that Kostecki could go up there and get himself a top 10 finish. So that's what I'm going to set the expectations at now. As I said, RCR's kind of been up and down on the short tracks and road courses. So I'm not going to throw him in the he's going to win bag yet, or he's got a chance at winning yet. But I think a top 10 is definitely possible. But I do have to warn you, supercar fans. The Indianapolis Road Course is notorious in its 3-4 years of existence in NASCAR. Restarts. The restarts that the Indianapolis Road Course gets, I'm not going to use an extreme word, but they get chaotic. Wrecks happen. Guys think that they're in 15th place. They can make up 10 positions in one corner. They use other cars as their brakes. Lots of guys spin out and wreck, and you get the most chaotic top 10 ever. Last year, we were lucky enough that Tyler Reddick was able to survive, and he was the most deserving winner. So, we got that. But we also saw a lot of good cars get taken out in late restarts. It's such a tight turn one, and NASCAR stock cars are built to be hit. And the respect level at the Indianapolis Road Course has been extremely low. So just if Kostecki is up there competing for the win with 2 to go, and Joey Logano decides, just like he did last year, to try to win from 18th place, and it starts an accordion that takes your guy out, don't be shocked. I'm warning you now that NASCAR drivers, for some reason at the Indianapolis Road Course, forget how to drive. They're great everywhere. Usually, Coda got a little bit ugly this year, but usually they're pretty good. You see a bump and run, and that's fine. That's normal in NASCAR, but the Indianapolis Road Course can be shameful sometimes. So, yeah, we're hoping to go back to the Oval next year. Be more normal. But thanks for watching this video. That's all the information I got for you today. Hopefully no more big breaking news in the world of NASCAR over the next few hours, but you never know. But we got another Supercars driver in the Cup Series. We'll see how he does. Let me know how you think he's going to do in the comments. Is he going to do what SVG did? He's going to come in, he's going to kick everyone's butt and win the race? Or, maybe just a top 10, top 15, somewhere in there. So let me know your thoughts. As I said, have a great rest of your day, night, evening, wherever you are. Like, subscribe, share, all that stuff, and I will see you in the next video.